I'm in a bad mood today. I'm in a really, really, really bad mood today. It has not been. It's been. You know what? I don't like saying it's been a bad day today. I almost wish that this wasn't the topic because I'm gonna do this topic. I'm gonna get into this because this is already putting me in a good mood. Hi, but man, something is just really, really pissing me off today. Anyway, I'll tell you what it is in a minute. But if you're in the replay, then hello. Welcome to the Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby. I am the host of this group. If this is your first day in this group, then do not judge Daily Fuel by my introduction to this one because, man, am I in a bad mood today. And that's not a usual thing. If you're here in the replay, then do me a favor and let me know you're in the replay. Write a hashtag. Write hashtag, man, am I in a bad mood. Hashtag replays stink and I wish I was in the live. Something like that. I like to see them. I like to judge them. I like to laugh at them. You guys are be creative. It's like I wish I had a group full of creative people who could come up with cool hashtags. Just come up with some creative ones. And if you're joining live, I see there are 5 people live and not a single comment yet. How's that possible? Nobody's commenting yet? You can definitely start commenting and say hi and stuff like that. Let me hit this. Let me see what we got here. Crimson is here. It says Richard Beatty and Amy Tyler are watching. I'm surprised, Amy, you haven't commented yet. Why am I not turning off this thing? Crimson says hello, everyone. Hello, Crimson. How are you? Man, am I in a bad mood today. So Richard says, hi, everyone. Let's talk. Haha, what's up? I'm at work. Says Alex, what's up, man? And so long story short, I hate Adobe. I hate them now. I absolutely hate them. The whole company, the whole everything about them. I have decided, I think I'm just going to revamp my entire workflow and just get rid of them. I think I'm just going to quit them once and for all. They finally did the thing that made me say it's too hard to work with them. I have an entire workflow set up that hinges upon a feature in Photoshop, and they just decided that that feature is not a feature anymore. And instead of putting in there or letting me know that it's not a feature, it just wasn't working, and it said error, unavailable. You have no internet connection. That was the message to let me know this feature has been disabled. But instead of telling you that, we're just going to say you have no internet connection. I was on tech support for like almost 3 hours, and it finally took them 3 hours to realize, oh, I just found out that they disabled this feature and it's no longer a feature. And I was like, I'm in a bad mood. So anyway, but now I'm in a good mood because I'm doing Daily Fuel, and I do have, I'm gonna calm down from this. I'm gonna get into this. So let's do this, shall we? It's almost 4 minutes. So if you're new to Daily Fuel, I ignore the comments until I get to the end of my spiel that I've got. I'm in a good mood now. You guys are making me laugh. I'm making me laugh. I don't know what you're saying. You might be saying horrible things to me that are not going to put me in a bad mood because I've now gotten in a good mood from doing Daily Fuel. So let's get going. I'm ready. How to get money. Step 1, fire Adobe and save $65 a month. Just get rid of them. And you make $65 a month. I have a hair here. It's driving me nuts. This is gonna be a weird one. I'm just warning you. Buckle up, kids. This one's gonna be hard. No. How do you make money? Not how do you make money. How do you get money? I didn't call this how to make money. I called it how to get money, right? Because what are we taught? We're taught that artists don't make money. Artists are poor. You can't make money in art, right? Starving artists, all those cliches. We've talked about this before. I do have to repeat myself sometimes on Daily Fuel because we're constantly adding new people to the group, and it's not the same people here every single time anyway. But the first one, obviously, number one, there are different ways to get money, but the first one is the one that everybody in the world tries. it's trading time for dollars, right? It's like, it's the dream for most people, is to get the best job with benefits and all those wonderful things. It's what society teaches. Go to school, get a good job, die eventually so somebody else can do it, right? It's like everybody wants that, and our entire government is predicated on like jobs reports, and and people fighting to unionize and get better benefits for their jobs, and all this stuff. And really what we're doing as a society is saying we're a bunch of worthless pieces of crap, and I'm worth anywhere from $8 to $25 to $50 or whatever the hourly rate for the thing you do is, right? It doesn't really matter what it is, because there is no hourly rate that can really pinpoint the value that you hold. And by you, I mean any human being with a pulse, right? But what do? We fight for more. It's like, I went from $8 to $9, and it's like everybody just wants, I need a little extra cash, so maybe I'll get a part-time job on Saturdays or something. And what do? It's like 2/3 of our waking life is just spent doing crap for other people. And that's not really a way to live. That's not why we came here. We didn't come here to get a good job so that I can, clip coupons and go to Stop and Shop. That's not what life was supposed to be about when we were in the big Source Energy land, ready to come here. This wasn't the dream. So number one, trading time for dollars, that's a crappy one. And it's my goal to help anyone in this group who does not want to trade time for dollars anymore to be able to stop. And that's what I'm working to figure out how to do. Is I'm doing it for me, and I'm going to create things that are going to help you do it too. So that's number one. Let's not do that one anymore. Time for dollars, let's retire that one because it sucks. Number two is value for dollars. Value for dollars is a lot better. I'll admit it's a lot better. If those were the only two choices, I would definitely choose value for dollars. In fact, I chose value for dollars for many years. It's like the entrepreneur's dream. I'm not going to make something and sell it to you, and then I have to make something and sell it to you, and then I have to make something and sell it to you. Or I'm not going to get a job and constantly trade my time so that you can give me a paycheck. I'm going to make a thing, and I'm going to sell the same thing to everybody. And then the value is what gets me the monies. That's cool. It's a lot better. I will definitely say that. But it's also not the thing, because there is not enough value that you can sell that's going to really be a good exchange for the value that you are. And it was, I was trying to think of what to talk about with this one when I came up with number three, which was, what if we just shifted our way of thinking about this? What if there was no exchange? What if there wasn't supposed to be an exchange? Or what if money was supposed to be like air? Like, that's what we just thought when we were coming here. Oh, yippee! I'm gonna go be born, and I'm gonna be this guy, right? And I'm gonna live this life and stuff. And it's like, oh, I need oxygen to breathe. Well, here it is. It's like I breathe it. But imagine if we had to like work for our oxygen. That would just seem ridiculous. It would be absolutely ridiculous, honestly. And airless people are lining the streets tonight because they can't breathe. It's like it just sounds absolutely ridiculous. And yet that's what we did with money somehow, is we created this tangible exchange currency and said that this is what you need, when in reality, not reality, right? When in reality, it's not supposed to be that way. It was supposed to be that we brought all of our resources with us. We are spiritual beings having a human experience, and we packed the bag. We brought it with us. We figured that, I'm going to need all this stuff, and I'm going to put it here. And, Abraham calls it the vortex, and Dr. Joe calls it the quantum. And, and it's like, it's there. And all we have to do is do our energy work and allow it to come to us. And the part that was difficult for me was that I was very particular about how it came to me. I would always try to figure out how to build some kind of business entity and hurry up and get it done by next week so that I could launch it and be making all the money. But what's happening this year is I'm kind of slowing down that process, and I'm not forcing this business to get anywhere anytime soon. And yet money is just showing up in all kinds of weird ways that I could never have planned on, ways that I could never have said from the beginning of this process. Like, oh, well, I'll apply for that thing and I'll get this thing and I'll be fine, because that would have stressed me the frick out, right? I could have not done it that way, but and yet it's happening that way. It's coming from all different places. And it dawned on me, it's because I believed that my taking time to build this thing and build it in the most valuable way that I can in whatever time frame that it took was important. It had value to do that. And once I believed that this was how I can take the value out of me for real, and not just hurry up and make something that's kind of valuable and kind of cool and be like, buy it, because I need to breathe, right? No, it's not like that. It's like, no. I'm going to trust that this is here and the universe is going to support me, and I'm going to take my time and meticulously make this thing, and it's coming out amazing. And sure enough, it's like, oh, the universe says, well, here's some money. And it just shows up from this thing. And then this thing happens. And then this thing happens. And then this thing happens. And they're nothing that I could have predicted. And I'm not even telling you what they are because that's irrelevant. It's not like, oh, well, that happened, blah, blah, blah. They're each individually like once in a lifetime things happening. You know what I mean? Except I'm having once in a lifetime things happen one after another. So, imagine it's like, well, you inherited this, and then you won the lottery, and then this happened, and then you got a check in the mail for something you forgot about. It's like, it's things like that are happening. And clients are happening too, except they're not clients that are like taking up my life energy. You know what I mean? It's very, very interesting. So the thing that I want to get across is, what if dollars for time and dollars for value and dollars for stuff, what if that's just kind of how it happens sometimes? But that's not why it happens. Why it happens is because we already brought it with us. We don't actually have to get money. It was a trick title. We brought the money with us. We have to allow the money to show up. Anyway, that's where my thought is going with this lately, and I'm going to go to the comments and see what you people have to say. And hello, hi, hello. I said hi to you guys. And Alex, hi, you're going to be easy to wind up today. I love you, Bobby. Just keep laughing. I can't stay for long. I just noticed you were live and thought I'd say hi. Hi, you're not here, so I'm going to leave. Stephanie said, made it. Hi. Amy says, hello, you bunch of lovelies. What a fab day of creations you did today. Arts, crafts, and sound. Yeah, sorry you are in a bad mood, Bobby. Sending you happy vibes. I'm not in a bad mood anymore. I hadn't commented yet because my comment was taking time to write. I see that. Grrr. Yeah, no, that's how it's feeling. Whoop. We put Bobby in a good mood. Anyway, talk to you later. See you later, bud. Rainbows, thanks. Brandy, I made it. Hi, Brandy, how are you? Amy, cash machine, yeah. I shook trees when I was a kid and pretended I'd get money. I wish it was that simple. Well, what if it were that simple? What if it literally were that simple? What if it weren't, literally going outside and shaking a real tree? But what if it were meditating every day and shaking that tree in your mind and feeling what it feels like for the money to fall into your lap and be in your wallet, but doing that energy work all of the time? And it's not just this woo-woo positive feeling stuff. It's a shift in belief. It's a shift in the paradigm of money, that it is not some tangible currency. We see it as the dollar bills or the numbers in our PayPal or bank account. That's what we see. That's what we can see, feel, touch, smell, right? But what if that weren't what it is? What if what it is just a reflection of your belief system? How come some people can just make money like it's coming out of their ass? You know, why? How come Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk can make billions of dollars? And it's not because they created something of any great value. Yeah, Amazon is a great value, and SpaceX is cool, but they haven't done anything really that has done anything, you know, except we can argue that, but I'm just saying that it's like, what if it were just that simple? What if it were, I'm going to go to this place in my mind and I'm going to shake that tree and let it fall into my lap, and in doing so, that's what people like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos did, and then in doing so, it turned into the SpaceX and the Amazons of the world. It turned into those things. That's how it manifests. It starts here. It starts here. But we're looking for it out there. That's what I'm trying to say. Brandy says, for real. For real. I'm being for real here, people. ESBI, the cash flow quadrant. Right, yeah, that's what I was talking about before. What's his name? Robert Kiyosaki. I don't like value for dollars. I prefer pounds. Yeah. Yeah, so this thing, the ESBI, the cash flow quadrant, yeah, you're either an employee or a small business owner, which is kind of the same thing. You're just an employee of yourself, or you're a business owner / investor. The investor one, of course, what he's talking about in his book, if you're not familiar, this is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. The investor one is the one that makes money work for you. The money creates more money, and all of what he teaches is the how it works part. There's still there's he touches on, and actually that's not really true. He does teach the mindset, but he teaches mindset in a more practical way, I think. What I'm saying here is what I feel is a more spiritual way of saying that I don't think the money is separate from us. I think we are the money. We are it. We brought everything we could possibly want and need with us. We just forgot how to make it tangible, And some people figure it out by accident. Some people trip over something and blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, I won the lottery. Lots of people have gotten windfalls of money, but then they didn't change their spiritual mindset about it, and the money just kind of dwindles away, And this is a new topic for me, and so I'm not articulate. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm flipping over words here all day, is because Daily Fuel is just my way of going blah, 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 and seeing what the hell comes out of my mouth. And sometimes it's good, and sometimes I feel like I need a little more thought on this. 20% oxygen in air, 20% money in what? Yeah, I know where you're going with that. I don't know the answer. 20% money in your spiritual, I don't know. That's an interesting thought. Robin, hi. Good evening. It's a greedy night. And Danielle is here. Hey, Danielle. How are you? Nice to see you. Hey, everyone. I'm having trouble getting in the live, Bobby Donahue. Well, you're here, so I don't know what that means. Richard says, I love trading tattoos for others' goods and services. Win-win. That's right. That's still value for value, in my opinion, because maybe they're not giving you money, but they're giving you their value for your value. There's still going to be a trade. There's still going to be time for dollars and value for dollars. What I'm trying to say is, and I don't think I'm saying it well today, is is that that shouldn't be our paradigm. That shouldn't be the confines of how we think of it. We should think of it that that's how it happens. It's not why it happens. The why is the big question. Why are we here? Am I conscious? Why do I have this desire and not that desire? The money is tied to it, but we separate it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like I have this desire for this life, and but I live on this planet that needs money to get it. Damn! I forgot to bring the... It's not like that. We brought the resources with us. They're spiritual resources. They show up as money, but we get tied up in the sense of like, but in order to get the money, I need to go work for you, or I need to build this thing and sell it to you. We're stuck in that mindset. But you don't have to work for anybody to have a dream. You don't have to work for anybody to breathe. You don't have to work for anybody to just be alive. But we feel like I need to go out and get the money. And why is that the one resource that we don't just have within our bodies? I'm saying we do. We just forgot how to tap into it. And sometimes we do it by accident. That's why we've all gotten that weird check in the mail that was like, I didn't know this was coming. That's cool. It's like everybody's gotten that at one point in their life. How did you do it? Why does British money have I promise to pay on it? I don't know. Robin says, sounds so cool if and when money shows up. When money shows up, how about? It will show up. Dollars for energy. That's kind of what I'm talking about. Yeah, the dollars will show up based on your energy. They will. And based on your belief that they can. Because that's the other side of this, is that we have this belief that it can only come from a job, or that it can only come from selling something. What if we got rid of that belief? What if we just said, yeah, I know people who got money from winning it. I know people who got money from finding it. I know people who got money from whatevering it, and don't print it. I'm not saying do illegal things, but, don't steal it or anything like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about get it out of your vocabulary that you have to go to work for it. Allow it to show up in other ways. For many of us, we don't allow that. We go, nope, has to be from my job. That's it. That's the way I was taught. That's the way my dad did it. And that's it. Boom. Why? Glitching again. I hate that. I'm a millionaire. Someone's looking after it for me. Okay, I'll go with that. Are you thinking big enough? Are you questioning what I'm thinking, or are you kind of writing that question along with what I'm saying? I'm going to go with the latter. Yeah, are you thinking big enough? Are you thinking beyond the way that we normally think? If it doesn't scare you, it's not big enough. That's good. I like that. Amy, my future is so very rich in love and happiness and plenty of money to live without worry. I feel it, but I'm now really enjoying every day and my journey there. Okay, so if you can feel that, and you can start to believe that, and then you can say, this is part of the Dr. Joe thing, is giving up the habits that you have. And one of the habits that I had was that I had this belief that money had to come from some business that I was creating. And I just kind of gave up with that. And this is recent for me, where I was just like saying, you know what? I give up. I surrender this. It doesn't have to come from this. I want to work on this thing, and I want to work on this thing. And honestly, I don't even care if money came from these things. I just want the money. I just want to have the lifestyle and the ability to put all my time into this stuff. And even then I was thinking, oh, if I had the money in the bank, then I wouldn't have to work, and then I'd have more time. And it's like I'm still equating time with dollars. Time is just a way that we can make sure that we're all here at the same time. You know, it's like otherwise I'd go live and you'd show up 6 hours later or 6 hours before. It's like, but time doesn't exist because in the quantum, everything is now. We're thinking too small. We're thinking too small. I'm going to have to really think more on this and do another one. I'm late, but I'm here. Hi, again. Robin, why doesn't this happen? We just forgot to let it happen. Handle money. Let the money come to us. Yeah, we forgot to let it happen. I feel like there's something on the tip of my tongue with this. Ty is here. Hi, Ty. How are you? I'm late, but hey. Hey! How you doing? Nice to see you. Going to start believing in my money tree again. Good. I want to stick with the money tree because I feel like that's the best analogy that we have come up with today for this. Is that you as a little kid used to pretend, or did, I don't remember what you said, go out to the tree in the backyard and shake the tree and money would fall out of it. Well, that's funny that you say that because my friend Landon and I, we have a scenario that we talk about sometimes where it's like when you were when you were hungry as like when we were hunter-gatherers, when humans were like that. When we were hungry, we would go out, we'd shake the tree, and a piece of fruit would fall, and I'd get a piece of fruit and I could eat, right? And so now what I do is I have this business, I need clients, so I'm shaking the tree. It's like, hey, who's going to hire me and stuff like that. And one thing I started practicing, this is how I started to expand this paradigm, it's like, okay, I was still in this value for dollars paradigm, but we were talking about what if you shook the tree, but the fruit fell out of a different tree? What if, and here's what that means. What if you had a list of, say, 50 clients that you work with over the last 2 or 3 or 5 years or whatever, right? And you sent an email to all 50 of those clients. Doesn't matter how many there are. It doesn't matter, right? 50 is just an arbitrary number. So you have this list of 50 clients. And you send each one an email. Hey, it's me. Remember, you did that thing with me, and it was great, and we liked it. I was just wondering if you had more stuff to do. It doesn't matter, right? Hi, what's going on? Just, hi, hey, I'm alive. Don't forget, right? It's one of those kind of emails. And you send them out, 50 of them, or 20 of them, or 3 of them. It doesn't matter how many. But everybody you know, all your clients from the past few years. And then a funny thing would happen. I sent out 50 emails, and within a day, I would get an email from a 51st person, somebody that I did not send an email to, and being like, hey man, what's up? I got a thing I want to do with you. And it was like, the fuck, where did you come from? You weren't even on my list, you know? But what was that? It wasn't some direct thing. I didn't shake the tree and the money fell on my head. I shook the tree and then walked around and money just started raining out of other trees. Why? Because it had nothing to do with shaking the tree. It had everything to do with me. I became a magnet for it. I'm going to shake this tree and just believe that no matter where I go now, I can't go very far, I'll be out of frame. No matter where I go now, I am a magnet to this because I put the energy out. Now what I'm saying is, forget about that. Forget about all of that. What if I don't even have to shake trees? What if the trees are irrelevant to this? What if I don't even need clients? 51st person, go away. I don't want to do that project. I just want to make my stuff. And I just want the universe to deliver money. I don't care about the 50 people anymore. The universe is my tree now. Hey, I'm ready for you. You can deliver my stuff at any time in any way that makes sense to you. And here I am. I'm ready for it. And then it just started coming in different ways. Keep shaking the tree. Danielle says, yes, there are spiritual resources we were born with. We have to learn how to make them work for us. Yeah. I've said this one before. It's like I came here as a spiritual being to have this adventure on this planet. I know me. I'm not going places. I'm still right. That's one thing that I decided I believed is that the me that I am now is the me that I was up there or wherever it is, right? That I'm not suddenly some completely different entity. I'm the basic tenets that make up me are always me is something I just decided I need to believe that. That's part of my belief system. Well, if I'm going on a trip, I'm packing a bag. There's no freaking way I'm going camping and just roughing it. I'll find food when I get to the wilderness. Screw that shit. No, I'm bringing a sandwich. I'm bringing lots of stuff. I'm not even going to the wilderness. I'll stay at the Holiday Inn down the road from the campsite. That's what I'm doing. Why? Because I need my stuff. I brought resources with me. So I'm thinking to myself, I brought resources with me. I know I did. I just forgot where I put them. I forgot how to get them. I've been looking for them so hard that I'm tripping over them trying to get them. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know if any of this is making sense today, but 9 of you are still here, so I guess something is making a little sense. Or you're just laughing. Crimson says, my inner child has had it right. Yeah, there you go. Your inner child had it right. Ty, I believe in miracles. Self-care and energy awareness are my new friends. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Self-care, ask, believe, receive. Yeah, right? We learned that in The Secret. I mean, that was like the first law of attraction thing I even saw. Probably the first law of attraction thing a lot of us read or saw. Or early days or whatever. But ask, believe, receive. The basic idea behind that is that the believe part, I think, is the hard part. We're constantly asking, right? The Abraham thing, you can't help but ask. You're always asking. So that part you got down. The believe part, I think, is what trips us up. And that's why I'm saying is like we had this time for money and value for money drilled into our heads all of our lives that our belief got messed up. We believe we'll get money. We just don't believe that we can get it in any timely fashion or that it's going to be enough. A day late, a dollar short, right? That's everybody knows that expression, and we all can go, yeah, right? We can all do that because we believe it. Elon Musk doesn't believe that. What are you talking about? Here's $1. I don't care. That's what he thinks. Ty, I believe we got strong energy from the cosmos coming in that might affect that. Oh, you mean like it's coming in? All right, cool. I'm into that. Richard, people either attract or repel money. I think it comes down to our intent, but there's always an exchange, even if it was a good deed in the past and the universe is paying you now. If you don't deserve it, you probably ain't going to get it. Okay, let's talk about that. There's always an exchange. I do think there's always an exchange because otherwise, you're not stealing it. That's not going to work out for a lot of reasons. But the exchange, I feel, is the how it happens. I just think that that's the how part. The way the universe will always give you everything through the path of least resistance. So if your path of least resistance right now is getting a cool job or getting a cool client or selling that piece of art, then that's going to be how it happened. But that's not why it happened. Right? They didn't have to buy that. You didn't have to get that job. Why did it happen? Because your belief has gotten you to that level where now you're on par with this kind of a thing. I'm saying let's elevate our beliefs to a higher level. It might take work. Robin, I think my problem has been when I'm amazed when people want to buy my stuff. Like when I was little, 13 or 14, the principal of my elementary school liked my stitch project of the lion that laid down with the lamb. Lamb. See, I knew to scroll that there would be more. Lamb, and paid $30 for it, and I could not believe it. I didn't try to sell it. It just happened. All right. That's part of what we're talking about here. So you just gave a specific belief issue. And it's probably, I'm not going to make fun of you or anything like that for it because we all have it. I've said it before. It's like I would have a hard time selling a service in my business when I personally couldn't afford it that day. It's like, oh, I could really use $5,000 for this, but I can't afford $5,000 right now, so I'll lower my price to $3,500. I don't know what they can afford, and it's worth $5,000. Why am I doing that to myself? Because I had the belief that if I can't afford it, how could they afford it? That was my silly belief. Your belief was that I couldn't believe that people would want to buy my art. Because sometimes we don't see the value in the thing that we are creating. We don't see it. It especially as artists, because our talent comes so easy to us. It's like, what do you mean there's value? That's all it took. Right? But to everybody else, it's, how did you do that? It's your core genius. Core genius looks easy. Yeah, you're right on the thinking big enough. Elon doesn't have all the money. Most of it comes from his investors. He uses other people's money. Okay, again, how? Right? But he has the access to it. He has the lifestyle behind it. And he's got I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I'm not arguing with you. I think you and I are dancing around the same topic together, and it's the thinking big enough. He doesn't have all the money. Maybe he doesn't have it in his bank account, but he has the access to it because he created ideas and he believed in things in a certain way that when he could present them, the investors are lining up and the money's there. Late but here. Hi, how are you? Nice to see you. Robin says, Richard Beatty, yes. Ty, I don't know what OPM means. Yes, exactly. Letting the universe become the tree. The universe becomes the tree. Catherine has no idea what I'm talking about there because she's late, but she's here. Richard, licensing intellectual property. I'm starting that now and no exchange of time, just an idea. Also, NFTs, definitely do a fuel on that. They are being called the new modern art movement. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Again, these are all how, and I think that let's talk about NFTs for a second, right? NFTs or Bitcoin, 3, 4, 10, however many years ago, right? Not 10, 4 or 5 years ago. I remember in my old group, there were a couple of guys who were just like, Bitcoin, gotta do Bitcoin, right? And was it a good idea? Probably. I don't know. Did it work out for a lot of people? Sure. Right? People invested money in it and made a lot of money. Great. Did it work out for every single person? No. Was it a bad thing? No, it was a good thing. Or NFTs. NFTs, people are selling NFTs for ridiculous amounts of money, and a lot of us still don't even know what the hell that is. We don't know what it is. What is that, right? I can learn what it is. I have learned what it is. I kind of know what it is, but that's not the point. The point is your energy is not up to par with it yet. You can give somebody money and be like, do something with NFTs, and it doesn't work out for you because you didn't bring your energy up. It doesn't mean that NFTs were good or bad. It doesn't mean it was a good investment. It doesn't mean you should have made them and sold them, or you shouldn't have. It just means that you've got to get that place. You've got to get your energy up to a place where you're ready to do that. See, dude, you're an interesting guy because you do, I'm talking to Richard specifically here, you do so many things. I've learned a little bit about you, but you have a different mentality than most people that I know. Most people are afraid to do that many things. Most people are they don't think they can pull it off, or it's too much work to be worth the while for them to learn this new skill or to get into this thing or to just walk in the room and introduce yourself to these people and just become the guy around that. And so it's like to just be like, okay, you're licensing intellectual property. I think that's fantastic. But once again, I feel like that's how money can come to you. It's a way that it can happen in the physical, tangible part. I'm not talking about the actual dollar bills in your hand or the money in your PayPal account. I'm talking about the energy work that we do to bring us to that elevated level so that we are now on par with the how. So it's like if it could be NFTs for me or somebody else listening to this, but it could also be something that hasn't even been invented yet. Or it could be something that people have been doing for thousands of years. And it's just like, oh, I could do that. I didn't even think of that. But none of us are doing it because our energy level is still at, gee, is my painting worth $10 or $15? Gee, am I worth $8 an hour or $20 an hour? It's like we're still in that mentality. And as long as we're in that mentality, people can talk about NFTs all day long and you're just going to go, stuff like that doesn't work for me. And then you go home. And that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Where's the thing? Catherine says, I like to put an intention out there and request this or something better. I like this. So it's clear what I want, but I'm open to all possibilities of how to get the end result. Yeah, this or something better. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Just the energy part. Just the energy part. I want this or something better. And for me, for many years, it was, I want this or something better, but Has to get here by Thursday, and it has to be from this business thing that I'm creating. As long as it's those two things, then anything you want, right? I stopped doing that, and I just started saying this or something better, or words to that effect. It's not the words so much as the energy behind that. The energy behind that is I give up. I don't really give a crap how you do it. I don't even care. I don't care about the amount. I don't care about what day it gets here. I don't care who gives it to me. I don't care what it's for. I just want to feel that feeling when it gets here, because it's going to feel really, really good. And then when your energy gets up to that point where you're allowing it this or something better all the time, that's when, hey, I've got this thing and I can turn it into an NFT because I just saw a YouTube video about that and I learned about it from Richard and now I can do it. But I couldn't have gotten there if I hadn't done this work first. That's what I'm trying to say. Rupert, 7 years ago, I came by 30,000 pounds. Within a year, it was 0. I hope I learn to be more careful next time. That's not something to kick your ass about. That's not something to beat yourself up about. It's very common. It's because you had the mentality of money is hard to come by, and then you tripped over something, and energetically you opened this door in your heart, and the money went, get in there, we can get in there. And then you're like, oh no, close that. That's not supposed to be open. And now you're like, crap, I got all this money, but it goes against my belief system. I'm not supposed to have 30,000 pounds. I'm supposed to be making $8 an hour or whatever. I'm just using that as an example. I'm not saying you. Right? So what do? You pop the balloon and you let the money spurt out. You bought this and you got that. You gave away this and you splurged on that. And then the next thing you know, it's gone. That's why people win the lottery all the time. They become millionaires overnight and a year later they're broke. It happens all the time because their energy wasn't aligned with that much money. Quick way to get money is also to give. If you keep the flow alive, it keeps flowing. I love the tith. I know the word. I've never known how to say that word. Tith principle. Give 10% of your place of spiritual development. Give 10% to your place of spiritual development. It comes back to you in crazy ways. That's great. That's absolutely great. Whatever works for somebody to help elevate their belief system, I believe that if I give 10% of everything I make to this organization or this person or this thing or this charity, it doesn't matter what, right? If I believe that I give this to that it's going to come back to me tenfold. If you believe it, believe it. Not, I believe that, not that. It's got to be, I believe it. If you believe it, then it works. And I know people who do that. And now another one. Why should I exchange money for my product service when I can't afford the money? Why should I exchange X dollars for this product or service when I can't afford X dollars? I need X and it costs Y dollars, so I'll change, I'm saying dollars, so I'll change Y dollars for the service or thing that I do create in order to afford X. I confused myself by change. I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. So I'll charge Y. I said change. So I'll charge for the service or thing in order to afford X. Okay. I'm not sure what X and Y is in these examples, so I'm moving on. OPM is other people's money. Oh, all right. I forgot what the comment was, so I'm moving on from that. Bitcon. No F thanks. Heaven is a half pipe. Okay. Crimson, stop looking for the rewards you want. What is going on here? This should not that. Stop looking for the rewards you want and start seeing the rewards you are given. Start seeing the rewards you are given. This is a really good one. The shaking the tree thing, right? So you shake the tree, the universe becomes the tree, and now I'm walking around and it just rains on me from all the trees. But before it does, I can appreciate the bounty that I've already received. Whether it's enough for this thing that I want or it's enough for this life that I want or not, we've all received something. We've all gotten something, and we all have something to be appreciative about. Gratitude and appreciation are definitely the foundational places to start. If you have nothing else, find something to be grateful for. Case in point, I started this by saying what a bad mood I'm in because I hate Adobe. And you know what? I decided I'm going to do the same thing with Adobe that I did with my computer. If you recall, a couple of weeks ago, my computer just died. And when I went to bed that night, instead of being like, oh my God, what am I going to do? I need a computer. Instead of doing that, I said, well, I'm obviously not going out of business. I'm obviously not just going to pack it in and go dig ditches. I'm getting a new computer. I'm getting a new computer. And as soon as I said those words, I was like, I'm getting a new computer. And then I just started to believe that I am getting a new computer. I am getting a new computer. And I started to feel grateful for the new computer that I had. And I swear to God, the next day by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, I had a new computer sitting on my desk. They delivered it from the Apple store, knocked on my door, and handed it to me in a bag. I thought that was cool. But what you can do is just find something to be grateful for. And so, with the Adobe thing, so I've decided that I'm not going to be sitting here cursing Adobe out for the rest of forever, though I probably will. It was kind of this feeling that I got that was like, every once in a while I think, why do I pay Adobe for these services? I could probably just get some other software that's better. And I just felt like this was the final nail in the coffin. And all of a sudden I was like, oh man, I bet I could find a better software and a better workflow than the one I've been trying to do with this when they keep changing everything on me. I bet I can. Just feel grateful for it. I found it. It's awesome. It's so much better than before, and I'm so glad that they did that thing to me and made me switch. So start doing that. I'm working on energy that attracts lump sums, not per client or per hour, but per hour, creating space for the universe to work as I keep doing the inner work. Good. Richard, okay, so it's alignment, being in tune with the receiving part. Yeah, being in tune with the who you are part. Dude, you make me work. Being in tune with the Thank you for this comment, because you know what? You just made me realize I think the word receiving screws me up. Tell me if this is you. I feel like receiving makes it sound like it's something out there, not in me, right? But why would I receive something I already have? I have, I need a pen, and I have a pen on my desk. And I pick it up. I'm so happy that I received this pen. No, I already had the pen was on my desk. Whoop-de-doo. I needed a pen. I bent over and I picked it up off the thing. But when it comes to money, it's like, oh, I'm going to get in the receiving mode and I'm going to receive money. Receiving makes it feel, to me, like there's somebody else who's going to finally be like, okay, you're in receiving mode enough. Here you go. I will now allow you to have this. It's like, no, it doesn't work that way. It's mine. I brought it with me, remember? Why do I have to receive something I brought here with me? Oh, dude. Yes, so it's alignment, being in tune with the receiving part. I want to change that word receiving. Being in tune with the I've already got it part. I already have it part. We don't believe that. I need money. Well, I can get a part-time job. I can trade my time for dollars, and then I will receive it. Okay, if I get in the receiving mode, maybe I'll get a good job. Or I need money. I don't want to trade time for dollars, but I can trade value for dollars. I'm an entrepreneur. I can build this thing, or I'm an artist and I can get commissions, or I can do this, or I can do that. But again, we don't have the money at that point. What we're doing is trying to figure out, what the fuck can I do to get money, right? And but what I'm saying is, no. What if we already brought it with us? I'm not in the receiving mode. I'm not even in the allowing mode. I am in the where does art come from? Where does it come from? Do we receive our art? I want to make this painting. Somebody give it to me, please. Oh, here it is. Good. No, it flows out of, I'm in the flowing part. It's alignment, being in tune with the flowing part. Money we don't receive it. It flows from us. It shows up. That's what I'm talking about. You are my best friend. Rupert says, I was depressed, living at my dad's unemployed or an unemployment benefit, moved away for 7 or 8 months. Is that the end of that? Tith, as in tie. As in tie. Oh, like tied to it? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make this sound silly. I was depressed, living at my dad's unemployed on unemployment benefits. I moved away for 7 or 8 months. That is sad sounding, but I don't know what that means. I can't click on the next thing. Richard says they lose their money because of I'm sorry, dude. I know what you're talking about. You got 30,000 pounds and you lost it all. Now it's at $0. That's why. I'm sorry. That sucks. Richard, they lose their money because of the total lack of financial education. It's not they don't want it. They just don't know how to keep it or create more with it. It's a total lack of not being in that flow state. It's a total lack of that. We weren't taught how to do this. We were only taught to go get a job and make money. But now you got all this money. So that means I don't need a job, so I stop working. But now I don't have any more income coming in. And now I'm just worried because, well, I don't have the income coming in and I'm spending this money that I got. And I'm looking at the bank thing and I'm realizing that there's probably going to be a time when this gets down to 0 before I stop breathing. Now what do? I told everybody to go shit in a hat. I live in the feelings of how it is to be happy, well, and rich. Time on the journey there will catch up to my future reality. I live in the feelings of how it is to be happy, well, and rich. So you're living in those feelings. Good. Time on the journey there will catch up to my future. Oh, okay. All right. Good. You're putting into your words what I just said. Getting into that flow place. We create art by getting in the zone, getting in the flow state, right? Getting in the pocket. We are creating it. It's coming out of us. But when we think of money, we think of giving, somebody give it to me. I need to be in receiving mode. I'm not saying those words are wrong. I'm saying that the way I felt those words were wrong. So you may feel those words differently. Receiving mode might mean something differently to you. It might have a better feeling. So if the words work, keep them. But those two things for me were two completely different processes. One was a creative process where the energy from inside me comes out into my art, and the other was a process of I got to get it somewhere else outside of me. So the word receiving mode is fine if you are in the receiving mode of, oh, I'm getting the inspiration and it flows out through art. Oh, I'm getting the inspiration and it flows out through ideas that bring money to me. Then that's great. That's great. But that's not how it worked for me. I have no idea. I have no idea if this is live or not. It's not. Gratitude is the best attitude. Yes, it is. Ray, you're live. Robin, Crimson Rose, good saying and good to remember. What'd she say? That's so long ago. What is that? What is that? Oh, 100. I see it. Ray, it's live. Is Adobe only SaaS now? Yes. Can you not buy any of their products? No, it's only SaaS. That's software as a service, in case you don't know what that means. It means that you have to rent their software. It was stuff you could just buy it and own it up to a point, and then they stopped offering it that way. So if you have the old ones, you could still, they're yours forever, but they stopped upgrading those. So now all the new features aren't in it. However, that doesn't seem to matter, because then they just decide that this feature that you use, we're just not doing it anymore. I don't know why. SaaS, yeah, I know what you meant. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Rich. Oh, right. It's like transferring from your savings account to your checking account. I know you wrote this in a moment when I said a thing. I don't know what the thing was that I said. I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that. but I'm just gonna say yeah, yes, yes. New mantra. I got it already. I got it. Oh, I got it already. Okay, I got it already. It's in this account. I'm moving it to this account. Is that what you meant? Yes. Okay. It's in my. I'm going to use Abraham's words for this. It's in my vibrational account. I'm going to transfer it to my physical account. That messes a lot of us up. I don't know if it messes you up the way it messes me up, but it messes a lot of us up because the vibrational account doesn't feel real. And we feel like, and for me then it was, well, let me get in receiving mode so I can receive it. Why do I need to get into a receiving mode to receive the thing I already have? I'm trying to figure out a better way for me to think about this and to question the way that you think about this if it's not working for you. If you're a billionaire already, then this doesn't apply to you. If you're not, then this probably does. So why are we trying to get into some receiving mode to get a thing that we already have? We don't believe that about any other thing. I like the receive rant. Haha. I think once you learn to be open to receiving and it's just who you become, you know you're worthy all the time. Money stops being scarce and it all morphs into an energy exchange. It just flows around. Yeah, that's a good way of saying what I was saying. I'm going to start thinking of it as flow out of me rather than receive in for me. That feels good to me. I need to play with it more. I haven't figured it out in the 56 minute. Jesus, how long is this one? Rupert, right. I had no financial education. I never had anything like that much money at any one time. I think I'm navigating my journey as I go and veering or being steered towards where the cash is coming from. Cool. So, Amy, it's interesting because your comments pop up every like 15 comments. So you're saying you're living now in this place where you're spending a lot of time doing the energy work. You're imagining this life that you have that is where everything is healthy and well and good, and you feel like you're moving in that direction. So I would say just keep doing that. Richard, yes, we receive art. It flows to and through us. Energy cannot be created or destroyed. It moves into form, through form, and out of form, but it cannot be created or destroyed. We are the conductor. Art is energy. Money is energy. Yes, you're helping me here. What I was trying to say, this is correct. What I was trying to say is that for me, the way that I think of them was completely different. I'm having a hard time picking the right words to describe both of them. You're absolutely right. Art is received, but I don't worry about receiving it. Maybe that's what it is. I don't worry about receiving it. I don't go, who's going to give me my art inspiration? It comes from me. I just go, oh, I want to work on this thing now. And I go, woo, and it's just there. It's just flowing out of me. I trust that it will be there. Is it being received from somebody? Was I in receiving mode in some way to get it? Maybe, maybe we could argue the semantics of this. But if it's coming to me from the bag that I packed before I came here, because I don't go camping, then it came to me and it's flowing through me and it's coming out of me. I want the money to do the same thing, but what I'm doing is I'm not letting this part happen, which means the rest of it can't happen. I'm looking for it out there. I'm wondering, do you got it? Who's got it? You have it? Give it. Somebody give it to me. Who's got it? I don't do that with the art. I don't do that with inspiration. I don't do that with my health. I don't do that with any other thing in my life except this. Primarily because we were taught this. It doesn't come from anywhere. It comes from you got to get a job. Good. Well, spending $700 on a phone call was a dumb mistake. But it was well worth the lesson, and don't look for any meaning beyond it. Okay. I don't know why that cracks me up, but thank you. Can I pre-order a Tesla and put it on my vibrational account, but I don't have the $1,000 pre-order money? No, well, you can't physically do the thing. You need to, Does it flow out of you or through you? Well, that's what we're talking about here. And I think that whatever word you decide is correct. I don't think out or through matters. I think what it is you have to visualize how it works and then believe that it does. And your language for it may be different than my language for it, and that's completely irrelevant. Richard, if you already have it, then why would you want it? Wow, I've been a pest tonight. No, you haven't been a pest tonight. Why do I want it? Because the belief is that I don't have it. You're absolutely right. I never walk around saying, oh man, I really want some art inspiration. I don't think that. I really want some talent. I don't think that. I really want some air. I don't think any of these things, but I really want some money. Why? Why do we want it if we already have it? Want it meaning like there are lots of things that I want that I have. I want this microphone. I'm not throwing it in the garbage, but I already have this microphone, right? But what I want in this case is, why do I desire it from a feeling of lack? Why? I already have it. But I don't believe it. That's what it is. I don't believe it. We need to practice believing it. Practice believing it. Crimson says it's like what you're conditioned to define being rich means. Rich like value of money, or rich in love? Etc., etc. I'm sorry, I got a text message. Rich like value of money. What does rich mean to you? Again, semantics. What do these words mean? All my bags are packed. Yes, you do. It's in your universal account. Yeah, you have it. You already have it. It's in your universal account. That's the thing that I'm working on believing, is that my money and my art and my inspiration and all of those things are tied together. They're one and the same. They're my energy. They just show up in my life in different ways. I very easily allow it to show up in this way. I do not very easily allow it to show up in this way. I can. I have the ability to. I already believe that I can change. Now it's just a matter of practicing my belief system to let it happen with money as well. All right, well, this one is long, and I'm done. And Brandy, you're the last comment, so I'm going to leave that right there. You are officially the Booby Prize winner of tonight, and thank you, everybody, for hanging out with me. Richard, thank you very much for helping me and pushing me tonight. After this live, I'm booting you out of the group, so you never do this to me again. And, oh, God. What the hell, guys? We are money magnets. Yes, we are. Catherine, Bobby, you're right. When you believe you deserve money, it comes. It's really fucking simple. But it takes a lot of work to uncondition yourself. The universe gives you what you believe. That's what I'm saying. That you just tied it up in a little bitty bow there. Thank you. Another 1 hour plus show. And once again, Brandy gets the last comment. So I am going to say goodbye and thank you very much. We will continue this another time. And please ask more questions in the group. Ask a lot of. We should talk way more about money. I think I should even do a weekly Daily Fuel on this topic. I think because I think other than I can't think of any other topic that affects every single person as much as this one, and that we were all preconditioned to just completely screw up growing up, right? Everybody. It wasn't our parents' fault because they were preconditioned, and their parents, and it just goes all the way back to, whatever. And Brandy, once again, yay. I needed this. I'm staying out of it, says Robin. Okay. Thanks, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Brandy, you get the Booby Prize. Have a wonderful night. Bye.